Here's kind of a short video of an idea that I have. Now, some of you might know of the Aguila Minishells. It's a 12 gauge shotgun shell that's been like reduced to like this length, so you can like essentially double the amount of shells you have in your shotgun. What I haven't seen anybody do is make a submachine gun style system that is basically purely built ground up for a stick magazine, stick-filled Aguila shell magazine shotgun. You know, imagine like a Saiga, you know, or one of these type of 12 gauge shotguns, but instead of a full-size 12 gauge, it only shoots those mini shells, right? Now that would be pretty badass. You know, slugs or whatever, that would be like the most intense, you know, home defense shotgun or whatever, because it could be pretty small. You know, it could be pretty short, probably the same size as most regular submachine guns, albeit a little bit heavy. The magazines are going to have to be pretty sturdy, pretty strong springs in them. But if you can double stack it, even better. I doubt you'll be able to double stack the 12 gauge mini shells, but maybe you can. But even if you have, you know, 8 rounds or 10 rounds in your stick, you know, how different is that from existing magazine-fed semi-automatic shotgun mechanisms? So that's kind of like the idea I've been running with. This is just a random drawing, right? You can remove the upper receiver, forward charging handle, MP5, you know, slap, the HK slap, magazine fed. You got a kind of like AK style, I guess. Just rock it in. You got your Picatinny here at the back, so it'd be kind of like pistol based, but then you have your, you know, whatever buttstock you want. Picatinny on top, just like throwing out some ideas, but I'm surprised that nobody's really thought about that, and so I'm throwing it out there because I've actually talked to a lot of people who are in the firearm manufacturing industry, and oh, it's a cool idea. And I had a couple people say, you know, say, okay, I'll buy it straight away from you, you know, but I don't have one to sell. So if anybody of you out there know anybody working at these manufacturing sites, these firearm design and whatnot, Kel-Tec, whatever, and you're looking for a new idea, why not look into something like this? Those mini shells, it's, you know, they're cool. They're super cool. You know, would you really want to load your full-size 12 gauge shotgun with mini shells? Are they really, you know, a lot of these shotguns, they need adapters so that they feed reliably. Why not build a shotgun, semi-auto, magazine stick magazine fed, mini shell shooter into a submachine gun style platform and just work with that? You know, just imagine you got 10 rounds in there. I don't know how, maybe 6 pellets in each shotgun shell. You know, that's 60 pellets downrange. It could be a pretty good home defense gun for the Americans. You know, trench clearing or whatever you want to call it. Maybe even anti-drone. If you can get a double stack magazine to work on a system like this reliably, you really open up a lot of doors. Because the thing with the double stack magazine, okay, if it does work with the mini shells are not that much, you know, they're not like, I don't think they're like half the weight of a full size 12 gauge shell, but you know, if you put like Magnum mini shell rounds and you can stack, you know, 15 or something in a magazine like this size, you know, a stick magazine, you know, essentially almost doubling the magazine capacity without adding all that much weight. I mean, you'll be removing a lot of weight, but you wouldn't be adding that much weight. Like, it wouldn't be super heavy. And it would be pretty interesting to see. Maybe even like one of those helical magazines, like on a Bison, you know, and then full auto this. And you could easily have a silencer on the front. There's a lot of things you could do with those mini shells, and nobody's really thinking about, which could be super interesting to see how the use case works in the real world. How do we develop that design? What could it be? What could be its applications? Because right now, especially with the drone stuff, you know, there isn't really a lot of, there's a lot of innovation that's starting, that's thinking about how do we deal with drones, but shotguns are big and they don't carry a lot of ammo. Submachine guns are small, mini shells are small, and they're pretty similar. And I don't know, you know, having some kind of added solutions for anti-drone. You know, for example, flechette ammunition. Nobody's talking about using flechette ammunition in shotgun shells. You know, the flechette shotgun shells to deal with drones. I bet you those flechette rounds at some point, they're going to come back in pretty handy for taking out drones. Why not? Very tight groups, very long range flying. You only need a few of those pellets to hit the drone. I don't actually really know, but you know, people are pulling out their old hunting shotguns to deal with, you know, to deal with drones. Double-barreled shotguns, pump-action shotguns. They're, you know, the shotguns are coming back on the field for anti-drone purposes. So why not think small? Why not think light? Why not think submachine gun? Because the submachine gun has basically been completely replaced. Why would you take a 9mm submachine gun on the battlefield anymore? Even tank crews don't use that. Everybody just uses 10-inch barrel, 12-inch barrel, AR-15s or Kalashnikovs or whatever. You want that full-size cartridge, you know, inside your submachine gun thing. Submachine gun-sized platform with rifle ammunition. It's just always going to be better. I guess. I mean, unless you want to reduce muzzle flash, but you know, now, like, how many videos do you see of guys running through buildings with, you know, HK UMPs? You know, special forces have like shorter barrels on the, and you know, AR-15s generally. They'll have 16 or 14.5-inch barrels. Regular infantry will have maybe 16, 18-inch barrels or whatever. So this would be fucking cool to see. I don't know why it hasn't been thought of, but I'm just throwing that out there. I think it'd be pretty cool, and I would certainly like to shoot one. And I know a lot of guys who would definitely like to own one and shoot one as well. So, and I bet you it's not all that difficult to do. It's just nobody's really thought about it until now.